Hey everybody, how are you today? Well, today I was digging in the Word and I was in Exodus 23, and I just kind of wanted to share a little something with you from just my own experiences on this and see if it encourages anybody out there today. I was reading in Exodus, where Moses is bringing the Israelites to some of the promises that God has made, even to Abraham. They're about to embark on a journey to gain some of the land that God had been promising to them since before they were born. And here he is, he's setting it up. And here in this verse 23, he's letting them know that he's not going to be getting rid of all of their enemies all at once. And he actually says here, I won't get rid of them all at once, lest the land grow in weeds and the wild animals take over. But little by little, I'll get them out while you have a chance to get your crops going and make the land your own. This morning I was kind of reading over this and I was thinking of a season in my own life. And I'm sure many of you, probably go through this or can understand this. Maybe you're going through something right now. Maybe there have been times in my own life where I have felt as though I've had enemies, frenemies, or just people who maybe didn't agree with what I was doing, or they weren't huge supporters of where God was leading me, or even just in my own personal life. And so aside from ministry, I know a lot of times when we're at work, sometimes it feels like not everybody we work with is our friend, right? And sometimes it actually feels as though we have these enemies, these people who are against us. We feel sometimes so alone and isolated and lost. And I know in my own life, I was kind of looking back at this and I was just kind of reminding myself that a lot of times when I was praying, Lord, please get rid of some of these people from my life. I just don't even think I can do this anymore. It didn't always happen all at once. Actually, more often than not, it didn't happen just in the blink of an eye where these people were just no longer a part of my story. Actually, it happened more just like this verse, little by little. And so today, I just want to encourage you. I don't know what you've got going on today or where you are in your journey, or maybe you do feel alone or like you're fighting, or like there's haters everywhere you turn, or there's just all these people who are your enemies all of a sudden, or you just can't seem to gain true friendships, or whatever it is. In these places, there might be some people just speaking negative things, and you're just in a season like, man, I'm not sure, God, why do you have these people still around me? I don't know what to do. All I know is that little by little, God is doing something. And when he's telling the Israelites that little by little, he's going to be removing them, that there is an actual reason why they're still there, that why he's not going to do it all at once is because there is this promise that he's given that this land is going to be fruitful, right? That they're going to receive. It's going to be flowing with milk and honey. They're about to receive this blessing in full abundance of what the land can give. And so what he's saying is, I'm going to have to keep some people there to do that work because you're not there yet. And so that's okay. That's what he's letting them know is you're going to see and you're going to feel struggle, and you might even have to have war to be able to get this land, but I'm keeping them there. So be prepared, stay alert, be ready, stay close to me. Know that I'm the one who's going to avenge you, but I need this promise to be full of the abundance in which I've promised to give it to you. And so a lot of times that's what it is. God kind of keeps enemies there so they can do some of that heavy lifting. A lot of times when I look back, the closest times that I pulled myself close to God were when I did have huge obstacles in my way, whether they felt like people or they were actual struggles or situations or things that were just way out of my control. And I pulled myself in close to him for good reason. And I think that when I look back, I see that he took care of all that he promised. He kept some of those people there, those people who felt like enemies, even though we know that as Christians, we don't fight flesh and blood. It's actually a spiritual aspect to what we're fighting. It's not an actual person, even though it feels like that. But there is a real enemy, and he's after our dreams. He is out there to kill, steal, and destroy all that God has promised. And what he's saying is, I want it to stay the way that I promised to give it to you. And so sometimes there has to be that enemy there that's taking care of it. And God is working behind the scenes. That's the other underlying theme of this, is that, we want everything to happen quickly sometimes. We want to already have the platform, to have the ministry, to have what God has said he's going to give to you. You want it so badly. You want it right away. You don't want to wait. There's something about the waiting. There's something about him saying little by little, meaning in the waiting, in those places, I'm going to be there. I'm going to come through. You're going to trust me more than you ever have. And when you do face those enemies, you are already victorious. So today, friend, stand in your victory and know, no matter what you're going through, even if little by little, he's not taking it away immediately, but little by little, it's because he wants to give you that promise he made to you in the fullness and abundance in which he made it the first time. And so just know, sometimes they got to do the heavy lifting, and we just wait on God. Amen.